This is 7 National News. Here are the headlines. Ruler of Dubai attends the Dubai World Cup. Japan's cabinet minister says clearing of radioactive material to take time. Japan land first and second place in world's richest horse race. And in our top story, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, attended the prestigious Dubai World Cup yesterday. And not only was it a remarkable evening for all of those who attended, but also an emotional day for Japan, the winners of the richest, most memorable horse race. Mona Nasser has this special report.
The brainchild of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, the Dubai World Cup is a fitting accolade to his love for horses. First inaugurated in 1996 and since then has put the UAE on the map as home to one of the world's top racing challenges.
It's the 16th anniversary, of course, of Dubai World Cup, and it has established itself since 1996. And Cigar was one of the famous horses who participated in Dubai World Cup in 1996. And from then it started to grow and grow. And the number of spectators that started to come also to the venue have increased. And 2010, of course, which everyone has seen, was the official launch of Meydan, the new grandstand.
For more than 2 decades, horse owners and breeders from the Arab world have worked to establish the Arab presence in international thoroughbred racing, not only by winning top trophies around the globe, but by bringing world-class racing and breeding back to the Arabian Peninsula. Meydan is translated from an Arabic word meaning a meeting place, and in keeping with this philosophy, we are in the heart of Meydan city. The Meydan Grandstand and Racecourse is the current home of the world's horse racing elite. The Racecourse district is 67 million square feet and the grandstand has a full capacity of 120,000 people, all of which were at the edge of their seats with excitement during the course of the evening.
It's no different than if you have kids and they're playing in a basketball championship game. You know, I mean, anxiety. You just hope your horse gets a trip and gets a fair run of the race. And you know, as they say here, inshallah, things turn out well for us.
13 countries were represented with $26 million in prize money distributed over 8 races. The Dubai World Cup played host to dignitaries, delegates, VIP guests, as well as many from the corporate scene who continued to enjoy the atmosphere of Meydan late into the night.
What's important for us is that we bring colleagues here, we also bring clients and we bring strategic partners. And business is all about relationships, people by people. Day to day in business, you get the opportunity to talk, but you don't really get to know people. Bringing people to an event like this means that we can enjoy the surroundings, we can enjoy the enthusiasm of the event, and we can get to know our clients, we can get to know our colleagues properly, and we get to know our strategic partners. And that's an essential part of doing business, particularly in the UAE. Well, I think that's entirely right. If you look at where Dubai's future lies, it involves in attracting people into the region, usually around a core event, tourism-based, leisure-based, or event-based, and bringing the local economy to bear to maximise that. And that's exactly what's happened here today.
But surely the most anticipated event of the evening was the final $10 million race. It was a timely win for Japan, who won the cup, and representing the country that has recently been ravaged by earthquakes and tsunamis was the Japanese-trained horse Victor Pisa, with Italian Mirko Di Muro in the saddle.
The horse was traveling very well to come here. You know, they have a big earthquake over there, but the horse came here just a few days before that, so he doesn't feel any problem. And he traveled well. And when he was here, he's very nice and he's adapted on the temperature and the polytrack. It was his first time. But in the race, he have a bad start this time. Actually, he have a good start. Maybe he was lucky because the first corner was a little trouble. And then on the back stretch was a slow pace, so I couldn't move and go between the leading horse. It was the other Japanese. But the home stretch was really long.
If the Dubai World Cup is a reflection of the city's ongoing progress and achievements, then we have already triumphed, having crossed that finish line. Mona Nasser, 7 National News.
Dubai's Real Estate Regulatory Authority has audited 70% of realty projects registered with the department, thanks to a new system that creates more transparency and market confidence. The new system is a first for the Middle East, which is based on the best international accounting standards and auditing practices for the sector. The auditor submits results related to observations, violations and risks related to a project and developer, and confirms developers' commitments to real estate laws and regulations. The head of Escrow Account Section 4 RERA, Isa Saeed Ahmed Al-Mansouri, says that most developers are committed to submitting their financial reports to the government body, and emphasised the importance of the reports as professional monitoring and supervision tools. The UAE has become the first GCC state and the second Arab country to join the African Union as an observer member. Dr. Yusuf Isa Hassan Sabri, UAE ambassador to Ethiopia, delivered to the President of the African Union Commission, Dr. Jean Ping, a letter from Foreign Minister Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan pertaining to the UAE's accession to the Union as an observer member, and the appointment of Ambassador Sabri as the UAE's observer at the African Union. The accession will enable the UAE to attend all AU summits and conferences to discuss topical issues, and highlights the commitment of the role of the UAE in enhancing Arab-African relations. Local companies have been urged to report job accidents, and should they fail to do so, will be given hefty fines and black points, according to a local paper. The Ministry of Labour has said that all private sector companies should report accidents within 48 hours, and any violators will receive 50 black points, enough for a company to be downgraded to the lowest category and fined 10,000 dirhams per case. The government body says that the new rules will be made effective 3 months after they are published in the ministry's official paper. Traffic violators are being given a second chance to reduce the number of points on their licences through a rehabilitation programme. The course is being conducted by the Directorate of Traffic and Patrol and the Department of Community Service General Headquarters of Abu Dhabi Police in partnership with the Emirates Driving School. The programmes will be conducted throughout April and will be available in English, Arabic and Urdu. Those with over 72 points or have suspended licences may get reinstated should they complete the course. Each course will depend on age, type of offence and years of experience. Telecom operator Du has issued a statement warning its internet customers that their connections may be affected by an underwater submarine cable that was cut last week. Du warned that bandwidth degradation and connection times may be affected, but performance levels should go back to normal in the next couple of days. They said in the statement that they have taken immediate action to ease the situation by rerouting its traffic over other available links and apologises for any inconvenience. Etisalat has announced that their services are fully functional and have not been disrupted. More than 100 countries worldwide, including the UAE, celebrated Earth Hour on Saturday. Recently, Dr. Rashid Ahmed bin Fahad, Minister of the Environment and Water, said the country's growing annual participation is indicative of the high level of awareness and commitment from the United Arab Emirates towards the environmental protection and sustainable development. Khadija Saleh has more.
As early as 5 p.m., Imar's Burj Plaza in the downtown district was already teeming with residents. A traditional Arabic heritage village was set up, complete with over 20 Arabian tents filled with arts and crafts, traditional cooking stations, and educational exhibitions. There was also a lot of traditional music and dancing, a depiction of the UAE's not-so-distant past when electricity and water were difficult to come by. All these, according to DEWA, plays an important role in raising the consciousness among residents about the importance of conserving natural resources, reducing carbon footprint, and protecting the environment.
The message for 2011 is what's beyond the hour. So we are asking people to think about the future, what they're going to do from now on.
By 8:30 p.m., candles were lit and the Burj Khalifa lights went out, followed by other nearby towers. Similar events were organized in other Emirates, including Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, and Fujairah. 6,000 residents turned up in Dubai alone and walked in solidarity from the Burj Plaza across to the island and back.
For energy saving, we're just gonna basically switch off the lights whenever we don't use it. And for water, obviously, we're gonna try to use water less than what we did before.
Children and adults said they were proud to be involved in saving the environment by taking part in the Earth Hour March. In addition to this, they also committed to making changes in their way of life.
Every day from now onwards, when I need to brush my teeth, I will take a glass of water and an empty glass. So when I brush, I use the water, clean my teeth nicely.
Turning off the light and bringing candles and open them. It's better so we don't use all the time electricity too much.
When I sleep, I turn off my lights, and when I go to the bathroom, I turn off the water when I'm not using it.
From this, 204,000 kilowatts were saved and 122 kilograms of carbon emissions reduced.
5 years after its launch, the Earth Hour is now the largest global climate change initiative observed in 128 countries. This year, the UAE participated on a much bigger scale as business establishments and residents across the country dedicated 1 hour to the planet. Landmark icons including the Burj Khalifa also turned off its lights in an effort to encourage more conservation that goes beyond the 60 minutes. Khadija Sali, 7 National News.
And as well as the UAE, lights went out in cities across the world on Saturday night as hundreds of millions of people around the world marked Earth Hour. The event kicked off on Saturday in Fiji and New Zealand in the Pacific and then rolled into Asia, Europe, Africa and America. Landmarks in thousands of cities such as the Sydney Harbour Bridge turned off their power for the Earth Hour event. Taking part for the third time, some of China's landmarks from Beijing's Great Wall, the Bird Nest Stadium to Shanghai's Oriental Pearl TV Tower were among the numerous buildings in China's 86 cities that went dark. Over in the US, the Empire State Building in New York also switched off their lights to participate. And looking over to Japan now, Japanese Cabinet Minister Yukio Edano said today that the clearing of radioactive matter from a stricken leaking reactor was likely to take time. His comments came as workers battling to contain the world's worst nuclear disaster in 25 years were dealt a setback after potentially lethal levels of radiation were detected in water inside a reactor building, forcing workers to be pulled back. Edano said they cannot just remove water and throw it out, as there is a need to remove the radioactive matter and put it somewhere else, which will take time. Edano added that checks in the soil at the reactor had been ordered to find signs of plutonium, and if found, will suggest the fuel rods are damaged. And up next, Linda Berenger has today's business news, so stay with us.